Hello everyone, so before we start this video, I'd like to say that I did make a community post about a Susie Lou video, but I'm iffy on making that. I have my reasons, mainly being that Susie mostly reports videos for community guideline strikes, not copyright claims. Copyright claims can be disputed more legally, however community guideline strikes don't work the same way. It's well known Susie has some cuck over at YouTube that would break the law for her, and she has proven several times that she's not afraid to abuse that power. I've been thinking, and I've come to the conclusion that at the moment I value my channel standing more than a single video that could get me a bit of clout. But this doesn't mean I won't be making a video at all. I will likely hold off on it for a while until I have a pretty solid plan in place, and while I hate that it has to be like this, I will try to resolve it the best I can. And now with that out of the way, I'd like to introduce you to a Gachatuber by the name of XXSavageMoonXX. Now, already we have a fucking tremendous name, sounds like it's fresh out of an emo girl's Roblox account. Her content is similar, if not slightly worse, to Jellobug's, and her reaction to criticism is really something to behold. Now, first, before we begin, don't go witch hunt her or whatever. I know you all have some sense, so I don't have to elaborate on that, but yeah, let's get right into it. Her channel is far smaller compared to other sexual Gachatubers, and she, thankfully for me, doesn't have too many videos to go through. But what her channel lacks in quantity, it lacks even more so in quality. Her first video, which has a whopping 3.8 million views, which I don't doubt has something to do with the thumbnail. Like, fucking hell, dude, at least try to be subtle. Look at the title, too. We have a lovely goddamn 14+ label. She states that she is 15 as of exactly March 30th, so that means 4 months ago she would have been 14. It just kind of speaks for itself, doesn't it? And she has taken to marking her videos as 18+, but she's not even 18 herself, as we just stated. It's kind of absurd, really. So for her description, I find it pretty hilarious, so let's just take a read. Her first bullet point says, okay, so lately I've been getting from haters. Yeah, getting from haters. This should be 18+ or hashtag save the gacha community. Also, Kappa, let me tell you something. Alright, so first off, we have a mention of haters. Which already ain't a great sign, because anyone who refers to people who dislike their content as haters automatically just loses a few points of respect, if that's how respect works. But yeah, it's never a good idea to call people who don't like you haters, because I guess that's true, it's just so overused, and the likes and dislikes were disabled, which I can only assume comes from a negative ratio. It's a pretty pussy move. I feel like we can safely say the ratio is most likely extremely negative, which is not a surprise, but... At the next point she says, I'm not scared of Kappa, it's stupid, Kappa can take this video down all they want, but they will not stop me from what I like to make. God, she doesn't use any punctuation, it's so hard to read. So here's a bit of a problem. Kappa was mainly made to protect the data of children, not exposing of explicit material. That would be COPPA with 1P, so Kappa wouldn't apply to this video, however other rules in TOS would. It doesn't matter if you don't care about the rules or if you like making the content. If it breaks the rules, it breaks the rules and should be taken down. Yeah. And this next point she says here that she, quotes, might sound rude for saying this, but fuck loony feelings, because 1, he not doing shit about this, so stop saying Looney would be proud, cause you make him sound like a mom disappointed at your grade. First of all, like I said, use some goddamn punctuation. Commas and periods exist, so please use them. Now, I know this probably wasn't posted, as of the update, but he has done something about it, recently and openly condemned it sometime in January, I do believe? Sometime early this year. Now, Looney's actions pertaining to the update were by no means great, but at least he did something. It can be improved on, but it's a start. And more on that in my Looney video and its follow-up, but as for her next bullet point, my personal favorite, she thinks that hashtag save the gacha community is just a waste of time, and I'm not finna waste my time trying to save it was going to die anyways, so no, I'm sorry, save it was going to die anyways, you can't do anything, and if you curse at me, well, it's not going to affect me, because I get called names a lot, and I'm cold-hearted, so I don't care for people's feelings, only mine. Whoa, guys, watch out, we have a badass over here. Hear that? She doesn't care about your feelings, she's cold-hearted. How edgy, how quirky. Facts don't care about your feelings. I also love the fact that one time she actually uses a comma, it's in the wrong fucking place. Honestly, I'm tempted to correct her grammar like an English teacher, as it's clear incorrect grammar bothers me to, like, no end. But, yeah. It's also obvious the gacha community isn't going to die anytime soon, so I have no idea where in her ass she pulled that out of, but this entire description is just her saying, I don't care in various ways. Which, if she took the time to edit her description like that, she obviously does care, to some degree. Also, apparently, according to the last point, she has, quote, 20 different channels she can go to if you report this one, but even if you do, you're just delaying your inevitable termination. Like, we can just report those other channels, too. It's not that hard. Also, bypassing channel bans is also against the terms of service, so that's, like, opening yourself to even more of a ban. But anyways, on to the next segment. Like I said earlier, there's not a huge amount of content on her channel, but a few videos in particular stood out to me. The first one in chronological order being one called 100 Subs Right Now. First of all, the title is so demanding, and the video is kinda weird, as she's promoting her grandma's channel, saying if her grandma hits 100 subs, she'll post, my pervert. Call me a prude, but I don't think grandma and pervert should be anywhere in the same sentence, much less pervert being used as an incentive. Like, what the fuck, man? There's just so much to unpack here. Does her grandma know about her channel? Does her grandma approve of the channel? Does her grandma want an audience of weird, horny kids? Is that even her grandma? I mean, I just checked out the channel linked, and all the videos are just of slot machines, so I assume it checks out, but it's all just so weird. There's this other video called I Can Fuck You All the Time with a little devil emoji where she poorly draws tits on a gacha character. It's a pretty good like to dislike ratio, unfortunately, and all the comments are just either neutral or positive, which is just kinda sad. The next one is a video called Sex, Money, Feelings, Die, which is already a fucking hell of a title, but the video content is even worse. There's a few scenes which show a character who's cut herself quite a bit, and the description reads, "This is based on my actual life." Considering the title, I sincerely hope it's not, as it's been established this girl is 15. There's also a comment that reads, "So I'm not the only suicidal person here," and I honestly really don't like the fact that these kinds of themes are portrayed in a goddamn kids game. There's already extreme glorification of these topics in the community, and drawing a furry gacha character with cuts all over her wrists in a music video just seems a little wrong to me. I mean, portraying suicide in kids' media is already not great, and it doesn't help that it's been handled pretty badly here. And those are only the 3 videos I wanted to talk about, so let's move right along to the next bit. Now, I've really only seen one instance of her art, and I'll be giving it a quick critique here. Firstly, his man tit shouldn't be on the side of his body, and the shoulder shouldn't just be welded onto his side. There should at least be one line showing where it overlaps with his torso. His hands also seem to just kind of disappear behind that girl's thighs, so it looks like he only has 4 arms. The dude also gives off a distinct appearance of being a hunchback, as his stomach should curve with his spine, not opposite of it. His forehead also looks like a weird 90-degree angle, and his head looks way too small for the body. Most of the girl is covered by that weird sparkly bullshit, so I'll skip on her for now, but the solid black eyeshadow thing isn't a good look either. Either use a dark gray, muted skin color, or something less solid, preferably on a low opacity, with a gradient or an airbrush, so it doesn't look like they're just blindfolded. Another smaller thing I'd like to note here is her banner, which has art that she doesn't credit in it. Same thing with one of her community posts, where you can see she just posts someone's art and doesn't link the actual artist anywhere. Like, it's not terrible, I mean, it's bad, but it's not that big of a deal compared to other stuff. It's just kind of cringe, you know? If you're gonna use someone else's art in your banner, just credit them somewhere visible on their channel. Like, that's just kind of it. Oh boy. For my last segment, we'll be talking about her most recent community post, which is a fucking jackpot when it comes to content. It's just oozing with grammatical errors and pretend badassery, so let's just get right into it. First off, she says, geez, people these days. Look, bitch, if you reading this, just listen. Yeah, I might make sexual content and you children find it disgusting and you think my video should go on porn. While did you... God, I'm already, like, I'm barely a line and I'm already having a goddamn stroke. While did you ever think... Did she mean well? While did you ever think about how they have clothes on? They fuck with clothes on, so it's really inappropriate. That doesn't change anything. They can have clothes on and still be sexual because... Also, they're not always clothed, as you saw from that goddamn titty video. This still shouldn't be on YouTube because suggestive content shouldn't be aimed towards target audience of kids, as your channel clearly does. Where was I? If... They fuck with clothes on, so it's really inappropriate if you think about it. Kids like you find it disgusting. You're probably like 10, because you over there using a voice by the way, she's talking about another video in this one, but I don't know what she's on about, because like it's really inappropriate if you think about it. Yeah, it's inappropriate, bitch. You're the one that's making these gotcha characters fuck in front of an audience of kids, you know? Maybe you should not do that. Cause you over there using a voice changer when you know you shouldn't watch that shit. I mean, okay, if you're not supposed to watch it, why are you making it? If you're not intending for anyone to watch it, you shouldn't be making it. It's kind of common sense. I mean, come on now, you saw the warnings on my video. They're not directly to children. You basically showed more kids this, which you're a dumbass for that. Oh my god, this girl. Oh my lord, but what is she on about? Because she's basically blaming this person for talking about you and exposing you to more kids. No, the person there was talking about you because they don't like your content and they don't think it should be targeted towards kids, because you don't make content for kids. You make content that should be aimed towards adults, and you're not even an adult yourself. Like, what are you on about? I say that a lot, but I'm genuinely kind of confused, because this girl is just... God, she's looking for everyone to blame but herself, when she's literally the only one to blame for her channel. But you're a dumbass for that. My birthday was March 30, 2005. I just turned 15. Little girls, stay away from my channel or else I will add your dusty, musty, crusty ass on my Discord and go off on the phone with you, okay? Man, okay. Oh my god. I love how she just capitalizes random words, like... It doesn't make any sense. Like, those words aren't proper nouns. They're not names. I mean, maybe the dusty, musty, crusty ass could be construed as a name, but it's not. Like, they're not proper nouns. I don't know why you're capitalizing this. And there's literally not a single bit of punctuation here, except for the thing at the end of the U. And that's it. I'm actually just dumbfounded, because she is the same age as me, and she is still writing like she wasn't even taught what punctuation was. I am... wow, okay. But anyways... yeah, that was a whale of a time. The most fun I ever had while having a stroke. There's just so many things wrong with that post. Where do I start? Like I said, no punctuation, the random words. She's bragging about how she turned 15 and she's trying to act so tough. It's kind of hilarious. Reminds me of some tick thoughts I used to sit next to in math, where they talked all class, they were always on their phones, and they would act, and whenever the teacher would call them out on it, they'd say like, oh yeah, teacher's name, and then they'd whisper to themselves like, they're acting like going off on the poor teacher would be cool, since they're just being fucking assholes. Like, they act so tough and they're obviously not. And if this is how she reacts to criticism, I am sincerely, wholeheartedly looking forward to how she takes this. XX Savage Moon XX, if and when you watch this, I cordially invite you onto my channel on a live stream or video where you can go off on my ass. I would absolutely love to host a debate of sorts. Hit me up on Discord and we can talk. That about does it for this video. Thank you for making it to the end, and I hope you enjoyed. I will, once again, ask you to report every single inappropriate video on this person's channel, and again, I am 100% justified in asking people to do this, seeing as it's actual content that breaks TOS. I am not telling anyone to harass or leave mean comments, simply to report and move on. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.